Hi, my name is Daniel Jordan. I'm the Concertmaster of the Sarasota Orchestra, and I'm here with music director Tali and our principal horn player, Joshua Horne. And we are talking about Masterworks 6, Titan. Maestro, what are you most excited about in this concert?
Everything, if you ask me. Finally, we have the pleasure of hearing Sergei Nakaryakov, the one and only, and just one of the world's most interesting musicians and trumpet players, playing the Rococo variations by Tchaikovsky, originally written for cello. He plays it on a flugelhorn.
To play that on a brass instrument is incredibly difficult, and he must be very, very talented. If you don't know what a flugelhorn it is, kind of a really big trumpet, sort of halfway between a French horn and a trumpet. It's a bit bigger in size, has a larger bell and a much mellower tone.
I'm so pleased that is one of the most remarkable musicians will join us this season, and that my orchestra gets to meet him.
I don't think we've ever had a trumpet player on our Masterworks series before, and now we get one of the best in the world.
It's not often you have a trumpet player that tours around soloing.
Mind you that he is very different. His way of playing is very different from American way, because often, you know, when you get this steely, loud brass soloist, then he's totally the opposite. He's rather, quite intimate and quite flexible, so it is not the steely brass rendering, you know. Together with Bernstein Candide, it's I wanted to perform something American. This is very interesting for me to play with you fine people, because I don't think that anywhere else I would have it as authentically performed and felt as here. So
there's also the connection between Bernstein and Mahler, because they were both music directors of the New York Philharmonic. These great conductors, the best conductors in the world at that time, are now being known more and more for their compositions. Well, Mahler is certainly better known for his compositions now.
And also, if both of you have seen or heard his Mahler, Bernstein's Mahler recordings, it definitely was one of the kind, the way he performed Mahler. So that is also historic, I think.
I mean, there's no better ending to any piece in any genre of music for me than the ending of Mahler 1. I mean, when the horn players stand up, which is something that's actually
written into the music.
Into the score. How many horns do we have?
We have 8 horns.
So 8 horn players, and they all stand up, and it's the most unbelievable thing I've ever heard in music.
The composer is putting everything. It's like reading a manual. But it's also very personal experience, because I think Mahler did not leave anything for a chance. And that is probably the biggest challenge in Mahler, to create those, in the beginning immediately, these chords, that they would have this power of nature. And then the melodic lines that you can relate to. This is already a piece of cake next to those huge, you know, colors.
It's really good at
nature.
depicting this vast, just plane of sound, and like you said, very powerful but understated at the same time. It's a pretty, I mean, musicians love it when we get to play these pieces, because they're just so grand.
Isn't that somehow wonderful how this season is evolving? Because we just had Brahms, we have Mozart, and we have Mahler, so it's like we travel through the music history, greatest stones and the greatest characters, and like telling a story, how it could have been and how it is, and picking it, sort of coloring it with contemporary compositions that are written in our time, and I'm just loving it.
I think it's going to be a great weekend of concerts. I hope you'll join us. Thank you, Anu. Thank you, Josh. And hope to see you there.